Hello everyone, welcome to the physics class. Our topic is motion. Before we starting this topic, we have to know about physics. What is physics? What does it mean? Physics means branch of science that deals with the study of natural phenomena. What is physics? Branch of science that deals with the study of natural phenomena. मीन्स जो इवन हमारा आसपास में क्या होते. सो वी हैव टू नो अबाउट सम टर्म्स दैट इज फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज. व्हाट इज फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज? दोज क्वांटिटीज कैन बी मेजर्ड. मीन्स टाइम वी कैन मेजर, लेंथ वी कैन मेजर, टेम्परेचर वी कैन मेजर एंड सो ऑन. नाउ I want to say about, I will ask you how much mass you have. Then you will say 40 kilogram. So we will not say 40. Then along with we will say 40 kilogram. So what is needed for physical quantities? What is needed for physical quantities? That is unit. Unit should be standard. Now I told you I will ask time. Then you will say 4 o'clock. You will say that is 4 o'clock. Here it means, here 40 along with we are using unit, that is SI unit. Then SI unit of mass is kilogram. So last year already you have studied about the SI unit of time, second SI unit of length, meter, SI unit of temperature, degree Celsius. So SI unit means International Standard System of Units. Now we will go to our topic, that is motion. What is motion? Motion means that is moment. Simple word, it is moment. But technical way we can define that. I will make you understand that through the example. I am making dot on the board. Then we can give A. I am standing near to this position. Then I am moving from the position of A. Then I reached here. Then we can give B. So from A to B, I started my moving from A to B. That is motion. So motion means, technical way we can define that motion means change in position of an object. Change in position of an object. Change in position of an object with respect to the reference point. So what is motion? Motion means change in position of an object with respect to reference point. What is the reference point? Reference point means from which we started. So from where I started? From the position of A. That is starting point. Starting point is known as reference point. What is motion? Change in position of an object with respect to the reference point is known as motion. So do you know about motion and rest are relative terms? What is rest? Rest we know that is position that does not change with respect to the reference point. So now I am at rest. So I am not moving at all. So that is a position of rest. Rest means my position does not change with respect to the reference point. That is rest. So I told you motion and rest are relative terms. Example, if you are sitting on a moving bus, we feel that bus is moving forward. But whenever we traveling on a bus or car, we are very interested to see the natural views. Whatever we say, buildings and trees, then we feel that trees and buildings moving backward, but bus is moving forward, but whatever we have seen that trees and buildings moving backward. But same tree at rest, the man who is standing under the tree. Also, absolute rest and motion, absolute rest and absolute motion do exist in the universe. Means all things in the universe are in motion. Means you are living in a house. House is at rest, but same house seems to be rotating speed of the earth to the observer outside the earth. Next we will, in order to study about the motion of an object, we have to know two terms, that is distance and displacement. Distance and displacement. Before that, we have to know about scalar quantities and vector quantities. Scalar quantity and vector quantity. Scalar quantities means those quantities which have only magnitude, no direction. So, which have only magnitude, no direction. Then, but vector quantity means they have magnitude and direction. Magnitude and direction. See, what is magnitude? Magnitude means it is a numerical value to measure the quantity. Means I will ask you what is the time now, then you will say 4 o'clock. Then 4 o'clock we will say, but we will not say that 4 o'clock towards west. 4 o'clock towards west means distance. Scalar quantity we are not saying that magnitude nahi batate hai. Magnitude means it is numerical value to measure the quantity, that is magnitude. So here we are not saying no direction nahi batate, only we are saying magnitude. So we will not say what time you will ask, we will not say 4 o'clock towards west. If you are mass, we will ask, you will say 50 kilogram, we will not say 50 kilogram towards east. Like that we will not say. So only magnitude and direction, no direction. Vector quantity means those quantities which have magnitude and direction. So, scalar quantity, those quantity which have only magnitude, no direction. Vector quantity means which have magnitude and direction. So, a body travels 4 kilometers towards east. Then next from east to north, then he covered 4 kilometers. So, here it is saying magnitude plus direction. There is magnitude also is there. Direction also is there. A man travels 4 kilometers towards east, then from there 5 kilometers towards north. This is the scalar quantity and difference between the scalar quantity and vector quantity. Vector quantity always denoted by arrow mark. So we have to write like this, arrow mark, because arrow mark means it says that direction. Next we will study about distance and displacement. Distance and displacement. Distance means total length of path covered by an object. What is distance? Total length of path covered by an object. But displacement means shortest distance, shortest path between initial and final point. Which means total length of path covered by an object means I started my journey from A to B. So I have taken 1 kilometer to reach the position of B. So what is the total length I covered? 1 kilometer. Okay. So here it is, we are not saying the direction. So distance always in scalar quantity. Distance scalar quantity, because it is having only magnitude, no direction. That is distance, total length of the path covered by an object is known as distance. But distance, I told you, I started my journey from A to B. Then 1 kilometer I have taken to reach the position of B. So how much I covered, what is the distance? Total distance I covered 1 kilometer. So it is scalar quantity is showing only magnitude, no direction. What is the case of displacement? We'll say displacement. What is the displacement? You can say a man travels 4 kilometers towards east. Then from there he go to north 3 kilometers towards north. So what is the displacement? So how we will find out the displacement? Here AB we can give C. So you know that displacement means shortest path between initial and final point. A is the initial point. Then C is the final point. So what will be the answer? So we have to find the shortest distance. We have to join one line. So we will get to the shortest distance. We have to find out AC square. During, you know that due to the Pythagorean theorem, then we have to find out the AC square is not given. So AC square, AB is equal to AB square plus BC square. Means 4 square plus 3 square. Then 16 plus 9 plus 25. Then AC means root out 25 means 5. We got the answer 5. This is the displacement. Displacement means shortest path between initial and final point. So displacement always will be vector quantity. This is distance is scalar quantity. Displacement will be the vector quantity. Next, in the case of distance, distance of body will be equal or greater than displacement. Displacement. Then one more, it will be positive, it will be never negative. The moving body of distance of the moving body can be positive but never negative. Displacement case, it will be negative or 0. Positive, negative or 0, but always lesser than distance. In which case it comes, then I will understand you that. So distance always sometimes it will be equal and greater than the displacement. Moving body of the distance will be positive or never, it can be never negative. But in displacement case it will be negative or 0 or positive, but lesser than the distance. Then in which case distance and displacement will be equal. So Ravi started his journey from house to shop. Okay, then that is he had taken 2 kilometer. 2 kilometer he has taken. What is the distance? Distance covered by Rahul, that is 2 kilometer. What is the displacement covered by Rahul? 2 kilometer. Then in this case, displacement and distance will be equal. Then next case, when displacement will be 0, means Rahul started from journey from his house and he reached shop. Okay, then from the shop he again went back to his house. Okay, then what is the displacement? Means 2 kilometer he covered, again 2 kilometer. So what do you know? Means the shortest path between initial and final point. So displacement will be 2 minus 2, that is 0. In this case, displacement will be equal. So initial point, final point, initial point is A, final point is A. Means AB minus BA, that is 0. Then in which case distance and displacement, distance will be greater than distance. What we can see that a body is moving from A to C through B. This 4 and 3. One body is moving from A to C through B. So here 4 kilometer, then 3 kilometer. So what will be the total distance? Total distance will be 4 plus 3, that is 7. What will be the displacement? What will be the displacement? Displacement means shortest path between initial and final point. Here this is the initial point, this is final point. Then shortest path between A and C, that we don't know. So you already studied Pythagorean theorem. According to the Pythagorean theorem, AC square plus AB square plus BC square. So 4 square plus 3 square, then 9 plus 6, 9, then 25, then root out 25, then 5 got it. So displacement will be, distance is 7 but displacement will be 5. Means distance always greater than displacement. That is, you see, distance is 7 but distance is greater than displacement. Displacement is 5. Now, so this example already I told you, explained that one. Next we will see a man is walking on a circular track of radius 100 meter. Calculate the distance and displacement, half round and one complete round. So first we have to see the distance. Then distance we will see, after that displacement, half round and one complete round. A man is walking on a circular track of radius, means radius is given 100 meter, that is R. Then we can give AB. Then we have to find out the distance. Distance in half round. So we know that circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. 2 pi r. So we want to, for r already is given 100 meter. Then distance in half round. Half round then is equal to half into half round and half into 2 into value of pi is 3.14. Value of pi is 3.14 or 22 by 7. then R is 100, then cut it 50, then 100 into 3.4, 314 meter. This is the in half round, distance will be in half round 314 meter. Then what will be the displacement? Displacement will be in the half round. Displacement in half round. Half round, that is, we know AB and IAB, that is along the circumference of the circle. Along the circumference of the circle. That means R plus R, that is 2R. 2R means 2 into 100, 200 meter. That is displacement. Displacement in half round. Now we have to know in distance in complete round. Distance in complete round. Distance in complete round means, you know that distance in complete round 2 pi r. So 2 pi r means 2 pi r, 2 r already given 200, okay, then 3.14, so we will get to 628 meter. This is the complete round. Displacement in complete round, how much? Displacement in complete round, means it will be 0, means A to B, then B to A, so that will be 0. Displacement in complete round is 0, distance in complete round is 628 meter. Next question. An athlete is running around a track of square shape of side 10 meter. Square 10 meter each side, okay. 10 meter, and he completes one round in 10 seconds. So time taken to complete one round is 10 seconds. Then total time taken to complete one round, it is 10 seconds. Calculate the distance as displacement covered by the athlete in 2 minutes. Means total time already given 2 minutes. Total time is given 2 minutes. So we have to convert the minute to second. So 2 into 60. So 120 seconds. Now number of rounds covered in 120 seconds, means 120 by 10. So 12 round. Then next we have to find out distance covered in, distance you have to know, you know perimeter of the square. Perimeter of the square means 4 into side. 4 into side means 40. Then we have to find out number of rounds covered in 12 seconds. Distance covered in 12 rounds means 40 into 12 means 80 meter. 480 meter. So distance covered in 12 round, 40 into 12, 480 meter. Then what will be the displacement? Displacement will be 0. Then next, motion can be divided into two parts. Uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion means a body travels in equal distance and equal interval of time. For uniform motion means a body travels in equal distance and equal interval of time. Equal distance, equal interval of time. Then non-uniform motion means a body travels in unequal distance and equal interval of time. Which means a body travels in equal distance, equal interval of time means I started my journey from A to B. I have taken 1 kilometer and in 1 hour. 60 kilometer in 1 hour. Okay. Then from B to C, then I have taken 60 kilometer in 1 hour. Here you see first hour I covered 60 kilometer. Next 1 hour I covered 60 kilometer. So here equal distance and equal interval of time. That is uniform motion. So from A to B 60 kilometer in 1 hour. Again B to C 60 kilometer in 1 hour. So it will be uniform motion. Uniform motion always will be constant. Then non-uniform motion, unequal distance. From A to B, I started from A to reach B 60 kilometer in 1 hour. Then next B to C, I reached 70 kilometer in 1 hour. See here, first hour I have taken 60 kilometer. Then next 70 kilometer. So variable speed is variable, means the difference is there. 60 kilometer first journey, then second 70 kilometer. So it is, there will be variable. So 60, that is non-uniform motion, unequal distance 60 and second hour 70, first hour 60. So unequal distance but equal interval of time. That is non-uniform motion. Now next topic, speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. Speed means distance covered by an object per unit time. Distance covered by an object per unit time. Okay. Now first we will study about the speed, then after that we will study about velocity. So speed means distance covered by an object per unit time, that is speed. But speed is equal to, what will come? Speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance you know S, okay. Then time you know T. What is the SI unit of second means? Distance means second. What is the SI unit of distance? Meter. So what is the SI unit of time? Second. So meter per second. SI unit of speed is meter per second. So speed is denoted by V. Speed is denoted by V. Speed means distance covered by an object per unit time. So speed is equal to distance upon time. So SI unit of distance you know meter, then SI unit of time you know second. So meter per second. Distance denoted by S, time denoted by T. So SI unit of speed is meter per second. So meter distance speed is always scalar quantity. Always scalar quantity. Speed can be 0 and positive. Can be 0 and positive. Then next we can divide it into speed, uniform speed, non-uniform speed and average speed. So we will study about uniform speed and non-uniform speed and average speed. Speed divided into 3, that is uniform speed, non-uniform speed and average speed. Average speed. Then first we will explain uniform speed. Uniform speed means equal distance and equal interval of time. Non-uniform speed means unequal distance and unequal interval of time. Average speed means a body moves with a variable speed in unequal distance and equal interval of time. So I will make you understand. Uniform speed means Rahul started his journey from his house to his shop. Okay, that he has taken 100 kilometers in 2 hours. Then again from B2 he has gone to his shop, then 100 kilometers in 2 hours. That is uniform speed. It is constant, means equal distance, equal interval of time. So uniform speed is constant. Then non-uniform speed. Non-uniform speed means here Rahul started from his house to hospital, then he has taken 70 kilometers in 1 hour. Then again from hospital he went to his shop, then he has taken 60 kilometers in 1 hour. Okay, then here see that speed is variable. Speed is non-uniform speed, always it will be variable. So unequal distance and equal interval of time. For 70 first journey 70 kilometer, second journey 60 kilometer taken, so it is variable. Then average speed means total distance time taken. Total distance time taken by upon time taken. Total distance upon time taken means average speed means variable speed with unequal distance and equal interval of time. And equal interval of time. Which means here you see what is the average speed. I told you average speed means the total distance upon time taken. So total distance covered 70 plus 60 upon 1 hour plus 1 hour. So 70 plus 60, 130 upon 2. Okay, then 65. Then this is the speed divided into uniform speed, non-uniform speed, average speed. Uniform speed always be constant, non-uniform variable. Average speed means total distance upon time taken. It will be body is moving with a variable with unequal distance and equal interval of time. that is uniform speed, non-uniform speed and see, a cyclist covers 10 meter in 2 seconds. Calculate speed in meter per second or kilometer per hour. Before that, we have to know that how we'll convert the kilometer per hour to meter per second. Kilometer per hour to meter per second. How we'll convert it is one. So, kilometer, you know, kilometer 1000. Okay. Kilometer is 1000 meter. Then hour is 1 hour is 3600 second. So 1000 upon 3600. So we get 5 by 18 meter per second. Then how will convert kilometer per hour to meter per second? We know that 1 kilometer, 1000 meter, 1 hour, how many seconds? 3600 seconds. So, 1000 upon 3600, we will cut it, we will get to the 5 upon 18 meter per second. Then again we will convert meter per second to kilometer per hour. Means that is we have to write is 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. Okay, then here इसका उल्टा कर देना 18 by 5 है ना. Then 5 by 18 convert kilometer per to meter per second, 5 by 18 meter per second. Convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. So we will do this calculation. See that speed in meter per second. Speed in meter per second, you know that distance already given. The speed is equal to distance upon time. Upon time. Distance how much? 10 meter. Time 2 seconds. So 5 meter per second. We got it answer 5 meter per second. Now we have to know meter then speed in kilometer per hour. See, already we know meter per second 5 is there. Then we have to convert into kilometer per hour. So 5. Cut it 18. So 18 kilometer per hour. This is the answer. Okay. See, a bus travels first 100 kilometer with the speed of 50 kilometer. So first journey we can see, a bus travels first 100 km with the speed of 50 km and next 80 km with the speed of 40 km per hour. Calculate average speed. So first journey we know distance we know 100 km. Then what is the speed? Speed is 50 km per hour. Okay. Now we want to find out the time. Time we don't know. Time will be, time you know, time is equal to distance. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So speed is time is equal to distance upon speed. Distance upon speed means 100 upon 50. That is 2 hour. Kilometer and kilometer per hour. Kilometer we cut it. So we got it to 2 hour. Now this time we already got it. The distance, speed and time. Then it's second journey. Second journey, distance how much? 80 kilometer. Speed 40 kilometer per hour. So time we have to find out means 80 by 40, 2 hour. Now we want to find out the average speed. But calculate the average speed. Speed will be, what will be the average speed? You know, you already studied total distance upon total time taken. So total distance how much? 100 plus 80. First journey distance 100, second journey distance 80 kilometer. So 100 plus 80 upon time. Time here 2 hours, there also 2 hours. So 2 plus 2. So 180 upon 4, then 45. This is the average speed. Next, we will study about velocity. Velocity means displacement of the body per unit time. Body per unit time. Velocity also denoted by V. Displacement also denoted by S. Time also denoted by T. Then displacement of the body per unit time is called velocity. Then velocity will be the vector quantity. Velocity can be negative, 0 or positive. Then velocity is equal to displacement upon time. So displacement as a unit meter, time second. So meter per second. SI unit of velocity is meter per second. So velocity denoted by V. What is velocity? Displacement of the body per unit time. So it is vector quantity. So it can be negative, 0 or positive. What is the SI unit of velocity? Meter per second. Means displacement upon time, meter per second. So now we will, speed already we studied, divided into uniform speed and non-uniform speed and average speed. Likewise, velocity also can be divided into uniform velocity and non-uniform velocity and average speed. Uniform velocity means equal displacement and equal interval of time. Non-uniform velocity means unequal displacement and equal interval of time. Average velocity means equal unequal variable speed with unequal displacement and equal interval of time. That is average velocity. Okay, a bike covers 60 kilometers in 70 minutes on a straight road. We have to find out speed and velocity. So what is the speed? Speed, you know, distance upon time. Distance कितना है 60 kilometer. Then what is the time? 70 minutes. 70 minutes we have to do the second 70 minute we have to convert it into second. So 70 upon 60 is equal to 1.167 second. Okay. Then we have to 1.167 second. Then here the 60 kilometer by upon 1.6 means 51.43 kilometer per second. Now next velocity you have to find out. Velocity, how will find out velocity? Means velocity we know displacement upon time taken. See displacement how much? 60 upon 70 minutes we converted 1.167. So 51.43. So in this case speed and velocity will be equal, 51.43. Thank you.